All right, Shalom to the elect to Israel, to the hopeful elect to Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreign Israelites who live like the other nations that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Name of the Heavenly Father, everybody normally calls God. His true name in the ancient Hebrew, which is Elohim Qadash. His true name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of. Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel. Everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, who was slain at the foundations of the earth for the salvation of the elect of Israel. You got 2/3 of the wicked Israelites here in America, Babylon the Great, and the other wicked Israelites that are scattered across the four corners of the earth that will come back to the loins of the elect after the destruction. The Rawchaa Qadash is the Holy Spirit that has been bestowed upon the men. The Heavenly Father gave His only begotten Son out of the world to complete this work. So we always want to give double honors to those and apostles, the great millstone, led us all to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, willing we part of that number, Lord, willing us be edifying those who fear the name of the Lord. Fear in the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always come to light. Zephaniah 3:5. It is not slack. 2 Peter 3:9. It is unto a ring. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom. Now, I used to say believers out there tuning in, hand on after Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, Atham. We're going to get into a various end-time topic lesson. The title is The Lord Has No Intentions for His Underdogs to Go Light. We got to be heavy, in the spirit. We got to be heavy in this truth. And a lot of people, they're not understanding why we're stationary and we're not so eager to deal with everybody, because we're going to another level of understanding that is not supposed to be understood by, the other nations, that are not Israel forever. We're going into a whole different understanding of what life means. So you can't expect us to have this stature of the world. We're going to do everything completely different what you thought a man was, because most people think that men, you got certain men, like you got some men that are hammers and some that are nails, like we talked about the other day. The Lord is going to make these 144,000 leg men, they're going to be undescribable. You're not going to be able to categorize them of how much stuff they're going to know. If you're not an Israelite, you're going to know that they're going to know something that you will never know, But as the Israelites out there, this is a big reason why I want to start with this intro on this. This is a big reason why, we're not like everybody else. We don't try to just come out here and just be just cool with everybody, because we understand this. We understand that we're under the curses, so things aren't going to go our way. So it's better for us to really stay out of a lot of shit, because we're still in these curses as Israelites. So it's better to just stay the fuck away from everything if you can. You got to deal with shit, but it's best to be submerged, going heavy in this truth. Because if you don't, then you're gonna go through more shit. And just like the elders and apostles are saying, brothers, you don't want to go through shit. We're trying to get out of shit. It looks like we be trying to go through shit, but it talked about that what we're doing right now is going to save our lives, possibly if we endure to the end, So we're really trying to get out. So like, yeah, we look mad sometimes. We'd be like, fucking, we come in on some hard, heavy shit, but it's to show you the seriousness of it. But we're really trying to get the fuck out of here, We're hoping that we're those men that, and we're talking about after all the tribulation, to barely get out of here, because that's how much faith you're gonna have in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Going through many situations where it's like life or death, and he delivers you every time. That is a faith that you have to have, no matter what. And faith that he'll resurrect you, and you won't resurrect as somebody was in contempt. You get left here for those missiles. Okay? Talking about us here in Babylon. And it could be over there in the four corners of the earth. Maybe they don't go through, because it said all the uncorruptible in Daniel 12:2. It said all the uncorruptible will be risen, and the ones that are corruptible. Both. Everywhere, not just here. They're just going to get hit with missiles here, but maybe you got a 100-foot water wave over there. We are already seeing a lot of terrors happen in the east. So it's not going to be good over there either. When Jacob's trouble happens over here, it's going to be bad everywhere. If you're a wicked Jake, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will find your ass, and you will go through a horrific judgment. So Jake, this is why we're in a position where the rest of the earth is not going to understand why we don't want to be like them. They're not going to understand it. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 23. And it reads, "And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron," right? That's uncomfortable, being between brass and iron all day. If somebody got a plate of brass and put it over your head, and got a plate of iron and put it under your feet, and you just went through that all day, those troubles, that's what it's really talking about. That's Jake. So a lot of people right now, they want to be Israelites, but you have no idea what that means. That means that you're going through this every day. Verse 24, the Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven it shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. That's what's been happening to us as Israelites every lifetime we've been here. You know? So that's why I said knowledge increaseth much, knowledge increaseth sorrow. That's why it says that. You know? That's why I said in Second Esdras, it talked about how our deaths were grievous to them. They thought we were through. All the times we done died here under the curses. The curses we've been going through these for thousands of years. And it's not something that really needs to be proven. The hopeful elect, like, they're going to believe this. Like, it's not really like we really have to prove nothing. We just got to read the words because they're going to remember, because Yahawashi said he's going to make them remember, because we remember. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 15. This is what's going to happen. This is what's happening right now. This is what the Lord's about to do. And he's doing it through his men. That's what you're seeing right now. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 15. Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war and into the midst of the land of destruction. It's talking about America, Babylon the Great. You have these men coming down with the word, and they're holding it down. You know, they're serving the brotherhood. You know, they're going in and teaching the word, you know. And there's different offices, so you'll see some brothers do some stuff's different than other brothers, but it's a body, and we're doing it. Verse 16, and brought up thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword, right? That's why you see a lot of people that come to the camp, and we'll let them know like they going off, and it's not going to be like, you know, sometimes we don't come out nice about it because people don't understand when you're teaching this doctrine wrong. Whoever's following you, you're literally putting them to death. Okay? You're guiding people's lives to safety. It's hard to look at a man like that when he's careless of the flock, you know, and be calm with those people, because the saints are worn out. It said that they'll wear out the saints of the Most High. And this man they're talking about Esau, even the so-called white man, you know, but our own people are just as worse. So it says, and brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up filled all things with death, and it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth. Right? This truth, it's here. Verse 17, then suddenly visions of horrible dreams troubled them sore, and terrors came upon them unlooked for. You know, we'll stop right there. And a lot of these people are the people that you think that are the Lord's chosen to teach the gospel. One of them is your TD snakes, right? So we're not going to watch a lot of this. We're just going to watch a little bit of it. But we're going to show you that these people that we're going into, they were set up so you don't have no choice when Jacob's trouble comes. You can't be like, oh, I didn't see the real prophets. Like, our energy is different. That's why a lot of people who even in the world, they still be like, I don't get it. There's something about you straight, but you know what I'm saying? Like, their spirit, you can feel them when they're around you, like you good, but they really like don't agree with what you're talking about, but they can't really gainsay you. They can't really do nothing about it because you're the only reason why the fucking earth exists, Jake. If you're of the elect, everything around you exists because the Lord wants it to for you. If you're the elect, you got to believe that. You got to believe that shit, because if not, everything here is going to tell you that you're not the elect. You know? King Saul had no idea that David was going to be, this tabernacle was going to be his sons, which is, you know, we know going into that, it's deeper than that, but his tabernacle was going to be built. You know, Saul had no idea. You know, but we're going to watch this and a couple more to show you some false prophets. We're just going to read one scripture. We're not going to deal with it too much. But these are not prophets right here. These are false prophets. Okay?
Now pouring in for Bishop T.D. Jakes, the Dallas megachurch pastor, appearing to have some sort of health incident during a morning service that was inside this morning, inside the Potter's house. Our Olivia Leach has more on how Jakes is doing on this evening, including an update from his daughter.
My Redeemer, let him go in peace.
In a shocking moment that's now gone viral, Bishop T.D. Jakes, the founder and senior pastor of the Potter's House Church of Dallas, was on stage Sunday, finishing an hour-long sermon when he lowered his mic and began to shudder. A crowd of people quickly rushed over and surrounded him on stage. In a statement posted on social media Sunday afternoon, the Potter's House of Dallas said Bishop T.D. Jakes experienced a, quote, slight health incident. They said he received immediate medical attention and is now stable and under the care of medical professionals.
Hey, family.
Hey.
I know that today's been an interesting day for us.
Tough day.
Late Sunday, Bishop Jakes' daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and her husband, Toure Roberts, who both often deliver sermons at the Potter's House, gave an update on how Bishop Jakes is doing.
So obviously today could have been a tragic day, but it wasn't. By the mercy of God, by the grace of God, Bishop is doing well. He's recovering well. He's under medical care. He's strong. We're trying to get him to sit down. He's the strong bishop that we know, but we really can't thank you enough for your prayers.
On the megachurch's Facebook, more than 2,000 people commented on the church's statement, sharing their prayers and hopes for Bishop Jakes' quick recovery. Well wishes are also pouring in from other Dallas church leaders, including Pastor Frederick Haynes of Friendship West Baptist Church, who told CBS News Texas, quote, Bishop Jakes is a once-in-a-generation gospel giant. We're praying for him, his family, and for the Potter's House. Bishop T.D. Jakes founded the Potter's House in 1996.
You can't have a new season until you are willing to say goodbye to the season you had.
According to the church's website, the
niggas ain't talking about nothing, man. But as you get into it, I want to get to the point, because I hate listening to this nigga. But we're going to show you what he said and a few things he's going off on.
Say that, because look, T.D. Jakes is being used by the elites, and he been a major. See, Esau a lot of times Esau just want people with influence to serve him. And he used T.D. Jakes a lot to serve him, to bring forth this form of bitch ass Christianity. But also, you're gonna have a lot of Israelites that got a problem with us saying that don't pray for this damn demon. This dude is a demon. T.D. Jakes is a fucking false prophet, man. Okay, now I'm gonna let you hear some of his false prophet madness, because he came at the Hebrew Israelites about 6 years ago. Now, this was a video I did, and it's on it's on a few different channels. I don't have it on any of my channels because the channels that it was associated with were deleted. Now you see right here, the brother re-uploaded it, GMS Bible Teacher SC7. Y'all know that channel been gone for a few years now, and I re-uploaded it, and then that same channel that I re-uploaded on is gone too. But I did a video some time back. It was entitled Hebrew Israelites, Esau, T.D. Jakes, the Covenants, and the Olive Trees. Now, one thing that this guy did, and I'm gonna play it for you so you can hear it, because I do own this video. It's my video. This dude did a breakdown in Romans 11, and it was terrible. He was going off. But I'm going to let you hear what he said now. What he was being encrypted. This was before the pastors really started coming out and saying Hebrew Israelites this, Hebrew Israelites that. TikTok wasn't out at this time. Since then, a lot more people are just openly coming at the Hebrew Israelites, but he was trying to disguise his messaging, but he called us junk food babies. So I'm going to let you listen into this fucking false prophet, and I'll let you listen to this whole intro. This video was an hour and 6 minutes and 32 seconds long, but the intro ain't that long, so I'm gonna play it now. And let's check it out.
How many people are glad you came to church? When I'm doing this, I feel like I was doing what I was born to do. Thank you, Jesus. I feel like I'm doing what I was born to do. I want to make sure that a foundation, a solid biblical foundation, exists in the church from generation to generation. I am tired of these junk food babies starting churches off of potato chips. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Right.
I'm drawing.
So basically, talking shit. He's saying we ain't got no bread, right? So you got this dude, right, saying all that 6 years ago, right? And when he goes into it, we talked about it yesterday. We know the Gentiles, which is the other nations, your ass is not getting saved, period. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. And you got another video, right? We got this other Jake. All right, so we're going to put them together. Another Jake who trying to come out with something to show you that what he's saying. We do videos all the time. They going off. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't see it in the spirit, then you just not of the elect.
My number one message is to the black race is to save ourselves. And by saving ourselves, but we can do that physically. We have no problem doing that. We the best football players, boxers, runners, whatever. That's not even a question when it comes to who's the physical superior entity on the planet Earth. What I'm saying is we must resave ourselves spiritually and mentally, and that is yet to be done. You have so many illusions and roadblocks threw up for black people that it's so hard to actually, your pineal gland and your third eye must be in tune to cipher through the bug crap. Like, for example, the Caucasian had just set out what I like to call landmines for you to step on. So on the other end of this field you got to walk is truth. But to get to that truth, you got to walk through a landmine called Christianity. You got to walk through a landmine called Israelite. You got to walk through a landmine called...
So that's where I want to stop at. He's saying that what we on is a landmine, and he's saying the Caucasian, right? He's saying the Caucasian, right? It's the elder did a video on Atham, and that's what I about did a video on this dude too. He trying to say that the Caucasian set a landmine, right? Well, tell me why. First, you got TD Jakes over here. He might even come back and be like, Jesus told me that. As the elder was saying, he might come back trying to say he got a revelation from Jesus and shit. Guess what? The elect ain't gonna believe that biggity, that bullshit. They're not gonna believe that. So whether he does it or not, he's really not. He's really just a distraction, and so is this guy. But we're just showing you, like, they don't know what they're talking about, man. They're not gonna give you history. We're gonna go into some simple stuff after this, but dude's about to let you know, because right, he said the Caucasian set landmines, and he goes more further saying he don't deal with the Caucasian, which is who? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Caucasian means cave dweller, and they're all on all the fucking shit when you go fill out a job. We know this. Okay? That's talking about the Caucasus Mountains and Mount Seir. Mount Seir is more where they're from. But the Caucasus Mountains, they come out of there too. That's what it was talking about in the scriptures when Satan was bound in his prison 1,000 years. That was talking about Esau Edom getting bound up in the caves. That's what it's talking about. And then the Renaissance era, which is what? The rebirth of the so-called white man. And he came out and took over everything. And that's why everything looks like it is today. And you got some jakes say they all about so-called black people, right? Well, we're not even about black people over here. We're about Hebrew Israelites, and that's the point. He tried to make it seem like we with the so-called white man, but you've been hearing us telling you his ass is going into fucking slavery. Let's hear what this guy's got to say about him. In this other video, see what he got to say about Esau Edom. This is what you call a false prophet, man.
in this country. Long story short, family.
Built this channel up to 500,000 subscribers.
Everything was going young Pharaoh's way. This dude ended up gaining wealth, fans, big interviews with big time shows. You know, he just seemed so intelligent, guys. And his intelligence started to get tested once the money and the fame started coming. This dude, I mean, he was getting everything he could ever ask for. Like, he had the ball, he had it in his hand, and then he
right. And TD Jakes is the same way. You know, they got all this shit talking about him and Diddy and shit. So they trying to make, you know, they trying to redirect the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's how they play. Just like this dude.
and he got bought out.
And he sabotaged his own channel.
Everything he discussed it and he talked about and he hated the most, he became that.
Despite all of the black history that I know, I don't have a problem with law enforcement. I have a lot of respect for law enforcement. I've always had a lot of respect for law enforcement. Law enforcement, at least to my knowledge, at least has had a lot of respect for me.
Giving them a lot of praise right now.
Looking straight to this camera, being totally honest. Have you been bothered by any law enforcement?
No.
Well,
Boy,
yeah.
if you don't
Oh, no.
That's honestly
What?
true. That's all I wanted to say. Nobody got a lie on. We're not lying on the police over here. If y'all niggas want to be running around talking about fuck the police, y'all niggas go do that. I'm gonna act like I don't know you motherfuckers. I don't have no problems with law enforcement. Y'all niggas go do that. I'm a U.S. citizen. Oh, also to all law enforcement, I am not a threat. I'm not gonna bother you. You don't got to worry about that shit from me because I never played with the police. Don't plan on starting it.
Your boy Young Pharaoh done showed up.
His content changed. His subscribers start to notice that.
We remember how it used to be. When he first came out, his message seemed like it was a whole lot different than what it is now.
Because he was talking about what? Taking power in his own hands as a so-called black man and taking back our civilization and owning our own shit. He went from that to being like, oh, I'm cool with Esau. That's really what he was saying. It's bigger than law enforcement. He's talking about them small hats, ultimately. We're going to show you. Watch.
One thing, you made a hell of a U-turn.
Facts.
He changed his platform completely.
Like he's scared to talk about Mr. Charlie and Becky.
Fuck you. You can kiss my ass.
This modern house Negro loves his master. He wants to live near him. He'll pay 3 times as much as the house is worth just to live near his master. And then brag about, I'm the only Negro out here.
Fast forward.
Peace, family. Another day. I'm getting ready to brush my teeth, start my video, but I want to say this to every black person in the country. This is why I was moving to a white neighborhood. For everybody saying I'm a sellout, I'm a coon. It's not about kissing the white man's ass.
I'm the only one on my job.
I am now a top
I'm the only one in this school.
in the U.S., probably in the world. I made more money than anybody in the U.S. last year, I believe. On top of the fact, I'm smarter than anybody. I want to let y'all know I still am the most intellectual black man on the planet.
The knowledge he used to once have as his advantage is not an advantage for him anymore. It's become a disadvantage.
I'm still undefeated in debates in 5 years.
He's not the person he once was.
And if someone come to you right now and say, let's separate, you say the same thing that the house Negro said on the plantation.
I'm not sacrificing myself. I'm too good of a nigga. I've been too good of a nigga. Fuck you and fuck you. I'm for self. I want to say this to every black person.
He said, I'm for sale. Okay, that's enough. We're done. Okay? That's how TD Snakes is. I'm for sale. Like, that's really what they're on. Okay? That's why they got all their fucking shit, bro. That's why they have all the shit they have. You are not being a so-called Negro on this earth and be recognized without Esau Edom. Because you know why? We see that picture at the beginning. It said, big brother Esau is watching you, Jake. And the Lord gave him the fatness of the earth and the sword. You're not getting no goddamn nothing without the Lord's hands on it. He said, why would you try to gain the own earth to lose your own soul? Why? Because you're going to be working for fucking Esau. And that's everybody, anybody famous you can think of. The greats of the greats, even of Jake. If they were worldwidely pushed, they have sold out to Esau Edom. You can call any name you want. You got sometimes, you know, some brothers got some people they really looked up to. They go, well, what about this guy? What about this guy? I ain't gonna put no names out there. But what about this guy? All of them have sold over to Esau Edom. So when the time comes out, you're gonna learn who the Lord's elect was. You're going to learn that every single person here that you thought was for so-called Negroes weren't. They were against him. That's how the elect have been even manifested. Everybody you thought that the elect wasn't, it's going to be the elect. They're not like this place, man. We get it. We get what the elect want. That's why we're called the hopeful elect. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 19. For there must also be heresies among you. Who's the you? The prophets. Okay, because we're the only ones who's very adamant about making sure prophecy is correct. That's what a prophet does, to make sure the prophecy is correct. So he's talking to his men right here, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. This is how we were able to know who the apostles were, because we've seen people like these guys, okay, changing up their whole philosophy. That hasn't happened, with the elders and apostles, a great millstone. I just want to look up this word among, right? It's supposed to be like this, right? So among you, right?
Strong's G 1722 N.
Right. And it says a primary preposition denoting fixed position in place, time, or state. By implication, instrumentally, medially, or constructively, the Lord set up these men that we see. So we can show you these men that are saying they know the Lord, or they know a way out, okay, of captivity. Because that is what T.D. Jakes and this guy are proposing. That's what they're proposing, that they know the way out, okay? And he set them up so the elect could see what? The real teachers. So they're doing their job. It's fixed. Just like, you watch your football games, or when you watch, a lot of people, when they watched, what's his name? The other dude, I can't remember the dude's name, but fought Mike Tyson. I've never seen that dude till he started boxing or whatever, but, a lot of people say, oh, that's fixed. That's how this is. It's fixed. The elect is already sealed since the dawn of time. It's fixed. This is a fixed battle. You ain't got nothing to do with it, right? Preposition. You can't make no choice.
Preposition.
Preposition. It says a word governing and usually preceding a noun or pronoun and expressing a relation to another word or element of the clause, as the man in the platform, right? Or what did you do it for? So the preposition has already been made. That's why you're seeing, like, a lot of people don't believe in the truth, because he set these up so they wouldn't know, and rarely with verbs of motion, and then not to indicate direction except epithetically by a separate and different preposition. So he gave everybody, a fixed faith that you were going to be in as an Israelite. But the only one that was going to be, set to where you follow the right teachers would be for the elect. And that's what King David prayed for in the book of Psalms. He asked the Lord to make all the other Israelites that weren't considered the elect, he said, make their table be a snare. Okay. So that's why you got all these Israelites trying to come up with all these different ways to make doctrine. Here's another one. Because, most Jakes, they would deal with a woman like this, but we wouldn't. We know that this is wicked right here.
I'm a church minister and I have a BBO. I love my BBO. I'm not for everybody. Today I'm linking up with my auntie and my sister, but she is not okay with me having multiple rounds of surgery, and we're actually planning on getting another one. And my auntie is not going to be happy about it, but oh well. Is this the way that's so?
I thought you said it was modest. Oh, dear God.
My name is Selena Nicole. I'm a church minister and I have a BBL. I would describe my look, I would say I'm like Black Barbie, the baddest.
Okay. We're going to stop that right there. Okay. This person is no worse than TD Snakes. That's how they look at, the work of the Lord. They look at it as a job in a sense where it's like, they're trying to attract money. Okay. That's why the only thing that TD Jakes could attack on GMS was, we don't got a lot of money and shit. That's it. He couldn't say, well, they're going off on the doctrine right here and really prove it. He didn't really understand. Like, he didn't go and give his people history. He didn't tell them about World War III coming. He just said everybody can get saved. And then you got this woman. You got a BBL and you going to church, and this is what Eve's doing. Leviticus 13 talk about leprosy, not having blonde hair. That stuff is a degrade, But this is what Eve is on. And TD Snakes ain't no better than her. The Lord made these type of pastors so you didn't have no excuse whenever we disappear off the scene. And if you see us and we said something to you, and you didn't believe, can you really get mad at us if we tell you like we told you so? Can you really get mad at us? You probably will. Scripture said, we'll be hated for his name's sake. So, all these preachers, whenever they start getting sick, it's just such a bad thing, because they're supposed to be blessed right now. They're not under the curses, right? It's just such a tragedy, This guy's a fucking joke. We're going to go into this. This is the kind of women that, since you remember at the beginning, Deuteronomy 28, it said our heaven will be brass, and then under us will be iron. So a lot of us as Israelites, we're not going to see this right here until we get into the kingdom. That's why elders and apostles said, don't be fucking looking for it. And a lot of people are spies. A whole lot of people are spies. A whole lot of people Esau set up around you to try to pull you back into the world. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, or actually Wisdom. Sirach. Yep, Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 26. We're going to read it in the G&T. It says the husband of a good wife is the husband of a good wife is a fortunate man. And we're not fortunate right now, right? We're under the curses, so we can't expect this. You can't get mad at the Lord if you don't get this right now, because we're under our punishment. He will live twice as long because of her. The Lord said he got to come because no flesh will be saved. So that's why he's like, we don't even really need one right now. It might be cool if you got one, yeah, but it's not necessary to complete the mission, Jake. So don't worry about it. Just, really try to stay out of it is what I'm saying. Just try to stay out of it, because it's going to be harder to do the work. If you got, it says a man who has a wife, care about the things of this world. You got to do more shit here. It says a fine wife is a joy to her husband, right? That's great. We're in the state of mourning right now, so we can't expect that. And he can live out his years in peace. We're going into Jacob's trouble. We're going into a time so horrible that there's not going to be no fucking peace. We don't need to be thinking about fucking peace right now. We need to be prepared to see some shit, We have to think about it. It said a wise man in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. in the NLT, one of the scriptures I always remember, it said, a wise man thinks a lot about death. So it said, and that's what we are. We're wise men. We're the wise men of the Lord, the prophets. We're thinking about Jacob's trouble all day. We're not thinking about this bull biggity that's going on the earth. A good wife is among the precious blessings given to those who fear the Lord, right? You know, right? Whether such men are rich or poor, they will be happy and always look cheerful. And the Lord doesn't want us in that mind state right now. He wants us to be in a state of mourning. He wants us to be like, fuck, we got to get out of here. But if we had 4, 5, 6, 7 wives who were just great as fuck, it wouldn't matter if we were rich or poor. We'd be like, hell yeah, I'm cool here. That's why we're saying stay away from them, Jake. Someone might be sent by Esau to tear your shit down, make you lose your crown. That's what I'm saying. You got to be real careful with these women right now. Verse 5, there are 4 things that scare me. Vicious rumors spread around town, right? We know we ain't doing that because, it said that, we're not to get into other men's matters, so we're not spreading shit. But who usually does that? You go fuck with a woman and she feels some type of way. You go fuck with another one, she feel type of way. I was like, nah. Because a lot of these women are not down with 7 women shall take hold of one man. They're not down with sharing husbands, man. They say that, but they're not. They're not down with both of them being like, yeah, that's our guy. The majority of them, even some that say they are, nah. Don't trust it, Jake. Wait till Jake is trouble. If you're one of the elect, that's what you need to be finding out first. If you're the elect, then all that shit, everybody else has already been played out. You won't have to do nothing but show up. And the Lord's going to take care of that part too. There are 4 things that scare me. Vicious rumors spread around town, a gathering mob. That's what they're doing right now. They're going against, us, the Israelites. It's happening in the spirit right now, but it's gonna get bigger because of why? False accusations. These are all worse than death. But a woman jealous of another woman causes heartache and grief. Her tongue lashes out at everyone. Verse 7, a bad wife is like a yoke that doesn't fit. Trying to control her is like holding a scorpion, right? And this is mostly, verse 7, this is mostly what Jake be going through right here. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because we're under the curses. You got some Jakes that might work out, but I'm not feeling like taking that chance right now because Jake's trouble's right here. You need to be the ones that's like, yeah, we could have had a woman that's expedient, it's lawful. We could have had multiple women, maybe even one, but shit. I'd rather just wait off that shit, man. This might be the last Passover we got, man. I want to make sure, I don't get distracted. And that's just me. Other brothers got different mindsets towards it. But a lot of people done fell out of the truth because women, man. A bad wife is like a yoke that doesn't fit. Trying to control is like holding a scorpion. A drunken woman is an infuriating sight. She can't conceal her shameless behavior. You can tell an unfaithful wife by the bold and flirting look in her eyes. And that's how the Lord looks at 2/3 of our people. They have shameless behavior. They drink, eating pork. They worshiping wicked ass holidays. They're just doing whatever. They're not thinking about considering that just about everybody here is about to die by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's ultimately who he's talking about, because the bride of Yahawashi is the church. So this is really ultimately going more than just, you can look at it twofold as Yahawashi, how he looks at wicked Israelites right now. Because they're just going and being with anybody. That's what it says down there, You know, we'll just jump to 12. She'll spread her legs everywhere for any man who wants her. Just a thirsty traveler will drink whatever water is available. We're not like that. We're only going into this water of this word. We're not going to just agree and do shit everybody else is doing. You know, that's mainly what I'm going to. But when you look at Eve, Eve's like a thirsty traveler. She'll do whatever. She'll be a BBL preacher if it gets people to stare at her. She doesn't think that that's not something serious that the Lord, you know, they think the Lord's not going to do nothing about it, man. It says Putin's new hypersonic missile could hit key U.S. ally in just 20 minutes. Some more World War III stuff. World War III nuclear attack map shows what areas in UK will be destroyed if Putin launches missiles. But ultimately, they're just barking. We're not done talking to Jake yet. We're not done looking for Jake. Once that's done, then the talking's going to stop. And then people are going to be like, oh, now I want to talk. You're not going to hear nothing from us. And in that time, Lord willing, the Lord gives us this spirit. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear them. Hold on. Put the red letters so you can see it's Yahawashi speaking. But are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, which is talking about the grave. Because the Lord is about to destroy Esau Edom's soul. He's about to take his soul after 1,000 years of slavery and destroy those souls. He can destroy both of them. Okay? Completely obliterate your soul, an incorruptible spirit. He can fucking destroy it. That's what we're dealing with. He's about to do that to Esau. That's his inheritance. That's what the book of Job said. It is in his inheritance for his seed line to not exist forever for fucking with Israel. That's what he was built for. And all the rest of the heathen, the other nations, no, they're not going to be one with us. That's why I say right here, I will declare, Psalm chapter 2, verse 7, I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee, right? He's talking to, King David, But he's talking about, Yahawashi basically is going to come and get the throne, which he said was his son. He said Solomon will be the son of the highest. That's how we know it's talking about Yahawashi. This day I have begotten thee, ask of me, and I shall give thee heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. And he said the uttermost parts of the earth will be the last place we go, which is here in Babylon. Okay? Right? I will give the heathen for thine inheritance. What does it mean when you have an inheritance? What does that word mean? It means to be the Syrian Hebrew.
Strong's H 5159.
Nachalah.
Nachalah.
Portion, share, inheritance. Right? That's why it said in Revelation 13:10, he that leaves into captivity shall go into captivity estate. Like, this is going to be like an heirloom. Okay? It means that we're going to own their ass. They're not going to be equal with us. Just like right now, we're inheritance of the lands of Egypt. To get possession is the root word, acquire, inherit. allotted, made to possess, distribute, and get sold the fuck off. Okay? If we don't want you, say it to some more Israelites, some other Israelites. It's what he's doing right now. He's giving them giving us them as an inheritance first, to letting them bear their shames and shame in the uttermost parts of the earth. Starts with possessing this knowledge to let them know through history that this is why you're getting this judgment. We're actually judges and shit. We're judging shit. This is what it looks like. And at the end of the day, Yahawashi is going to execute everything that we just told you. This Acts chapter 1, verse 8. But ye shall receive power to do what? Judge shit. After the Rawchaa Qadash has come upon you. It's talking about the Holy Spirit. It's come upon us. So that means we have the power to what? Judge shit. And we got to judge ourselves. You know, we got to look at ourselves and be like, man, this. But if you're the elect, you're getting out of here. You know, even if you do die in the faith, you're getting out of here. And what we mean by getting out of here is you're not going to be subject unto anything. Okay? You're going to be the government. You know what I mean? We're not saying that you're just going to be free to do whatever. What we're saying is you're going to be the top of the top. If you're one of those 144,000, like you're going to be so glad the Lord put you wherever you're at in that tabernacle, man. It's going to be great. You know, and ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem, right? Because we was over there, and in Judea and in Samaria. Well, that's where, you know, Paul went all through there. Prophets went through there. We're witnesses to Yahawah, Yahawashi, and to the uttermost parts of the earth. Uttermost part of the earth, right over here, the last place that we will be at. Just like Daniel talked about the statue with the feet, the iron and potter's clay at the bottom. That's the uttermost parts of the earth. Us coming over here, and Rome being divided. You know, divided Europe. Okay? That's what it's talking about. You know? So we're not going to fear that he's got missiles or anybody out here. You know? Another thing, Neuralink receives Canadian approval for brain chip trial. So this is, you know, this is an update on the MOTB, you know, and they've been testing it. They've been testing it for a long time. When they say ready for a human trial, that means that they're ready to do it on somebody that they can't just do it on and something happened to them and they just die and they get rid of them somewhere. They're talking about somebody who's actually part of society and shit. They've already been testing this on people and killing motherfuckers with this shit. Okay? And they just ain't telling y'all. Motherfuckers is getting boils and shit from that shit and everything, probably. They're just not going to tell everybody because they're trying to get it perfected before they mass produce it. You know, anything they mass produce, they've been working on it for a good couple decades at most. You know, maybe 30 years. You know, who knows? But we know when they drop shit, they've been testing it on humans for a long time. Revelation 13:16, he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to see a mark in their right hand and their foreheads. That mark, say that in the Greek, is karagma. It means the incision in your hand. Foreheads, talking about metaton. That's how you say that in the Greek. It's talking about, you know, the Neuralink, you know, it's talking about between the eyelids. That's what it says. You know, it's what it is. And the beast is NATO in the EU, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the mark, or the name of the beast, right? NATO in the EU, or the number of his name, right? And really, when you go into, when it goes into, when it talks about, when it goes in, it goes into like the structure is going into the beat. Talking about worship his image, right? They worship his image. The image is the wicked system. It's the powerhouse. And we talked about that the other day. Or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. Right? It's a barcode, basically. And the kings of the world all are in on it. Because Esau, Edom, conquered all the nations. So they're going to go with what he wants to do. And this is what the Lord's going to make him do. For there's the number of a man, and his number is 603 We're going there all the time, man. And you would think people know what this is by now. They will. So shalom to elect Israel, hope elect Israel, Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreign Israelites elected the nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak there, Rawchaa. Gotta give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, led us all to the truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, so forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment. Forgiveness for wrath to all those part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Peace, blessed to the elect. Kwame Sarala Wa Abba Babal, Lord will knows edifying. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.